I'm not sure he really faced homophobia. He suffered when he was a kid, you know, in Algeria and at school and everything. But I didn't want to treat that too much because I don't want to go into cliches like, you know, it's because he suffered as a kid, that. So he doesn't talk that much about that. And him and Pierre Berger were one of the, you know, first open couple, you know, famous, and it was important for them to be normal about that.
But for many people, they represent the gay liberation. I'm not trying to be like a gay power or anything, but just to, you know, to say something positive about the fact that he's a gay icon and he created.
Yes, because they never hide, you know. For them, there was never any problem, you know, to say it, to show it. So of course, at that moment, it's like, you know, an image of freedom and strength.
So Gaspard, what happened? You became Saint Laurent, and how was that? Was it tough? How did you approach him?
It's a very long process, but you know, one thing that is pretty unusual, and I have to say I was lucky, is that the film got postponed many times. And so actually, from the day Bertrand told me he wanted to work with me on this film, and the first day of shooting, nearly a year passed. And so I had a lot of time to actually slowly get into the character's shoes, you know, and try to anticipate the whole shooting. And you know, when you have a full year to live with your character prior to the shooting, it's just a great chance. So it was a very long process with different steps. But I think the key, the milestone in my preparation process is the day I finally understood that it was not about trying to imitate anything or reproduce reality, because it would just stifle and block the emotion in the end. The idea was to get this character as true and real as possible through my own interpretation of him. It's more about inspiration and appropriation rather than just pure imitation.
It's a big word, but of course, I mean, fashion and what we wear, it means something. But I think maybe political is a little too big word for that. Well, I think, you know, when you work on Saint Laurent, you have kind of, first of all, everything is quite beautiful, you know, the apartments, the dresses, so you have an aesthetic obligation in a way, you know, so you work on that a lot, and you have, you know, this is offered to you a lot. And, you know, there's no interference with the dramatic stuff, it's two different things, you know.
Gaspard, was it stressful for you to represent a cultural icon like Saint Laurent?
Yeah, well, it is in a way, because, you know, it's someone who everybody knows in France. People have very precise memories of this man. So, of course, you know, there's going to be a lot of expectation on such a role. But, you know, I was in good hands. And in the end, it's all about an artist creating, you know. It goes beyond just a simple biopic on this man. For me, it's more like a journey in an artist's mind.
Considering that you have toured the world with this film, you started 2014 in Cannes, right? And then you've been all over the place, just AFI and all those things. How important is it to open the film now in America, which is a very big market, but sometimes they're a little limited when it comes to non-American films?
Oh, well, I know, but of course it's very exciting. You know, I'm very curious, and it's very exciting. And maybe it's a French film, but at the same time, Saint Laurent is so much international. You know, everybody, everywhere in America knows, you know, who he is. So no, it's.
In a way, do you think he's a universal figure because he transformed the way women or some women perceive themselves?
That's one other thing. Maybe that's why he became famous. But then after that, it's just, you know, the perfumes, the brand, YSL, the dream, Paris. You know, he represents really much that.